What do we think of this hire at Indiana? He's gone to the portal and gotten a bunch of, primarily mid-major guys who are going out. Even his son. I mean, his son played 9 games at the high major level. He was at Drake and he dominated the Valley. What do we think of Darian DeVries? Is he the right guy for Indiana to get Indiana back to where they're competing for Sweet 16s, Elite 8s, and maybe even, dare I say it, a Final Four, RC?
Jeff, this is when we talked about this coming on the show and this particular subject. I got two, I wouldn't say disappointing hires because I know they can coach. It isn't about coaching. It's just a situation and opportunity they're presented with. Just like Matt just said about Luke at Florida State. My 2 jobs was Texas and Sean Miller and Indiana with Darian DeVries. And it has nothing to do with either one of the 2 coaching abilities. I know Sean, I do know him. I don't know Coach DeVries. It's the expectations of the jobs that they are, of where they are, right? That's the problem that concerns me about it, because getting to the tournament, it's not enough at those 2 jobs. It's not enough. So we going back, and I'm gonna sit here and tell you. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna go back the last 30 years. I'll start with Texas and go to Indiana. Tom Penders went to the tournament 3 or 4 years. Rick Barnes, 16 to 17 years. Shaka, 3 of 6. We know about Chris Beard, Rodney Terry. Even still, that combination went every year.
Rick Barnes went to the Final Four.
What is Sean? So I love the hire of Sean. It's not an indictment of Sean as a coach. It's an indictment on. It's basically he better go to the Natty and win for a program that has never won a national championship at a football school. Then we go to Indiana. Great year by that football program. Congratulations. It's great. But again, we're heading into another program where it's been of the last same period since 95, the last 31 years, they've been to the tournament 18 times. They've missed the tournament 13 of those times since 2004. So you're asking a lot, and having money is a problem, but I always say this, Jeff, I've said this before. Shopping in a portal is like going to the fucking thrift store. You can find something and it's worth a lot because it's cheap, or you can spend a whole lot of money for something and you bring it home and the shit falls apart, and as soon as you freaking sit on it or attempt to use it. That's what the portal is. You're shopping in the thrift store. Some people hit, some don't. We got Hall of Fame coaches. Y'all are laughing, but you know I'm telling the truth. It's ask Bill Self, who we all think is a hell of a fucking coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach. The money he spent on his transfers a year ago, did he get his money's worth? Did he hit? Are any of us questioning Bill Self? It's freaking a coin flip with all of this. So having money, learning how to do it, you're at the mercy of just the marketing or whatever else. So I don't have an argument against any one of these guys, because I think they're both really good coaches, and I know Sean's a hell of a coach. But you're going into a situation where I'm sitting here telling you, in the last 31 years, Texas men's basketball is 25-6 in making it to the NCAA tournament, and they getting rid of your ass. And the last time I checked, fellas, Rick Barnes was a pretty damn good coach. Last time I checked, Shaka Smart's a pretty damn good coach. Like, we understand what happened to Chris Beard, but go ahead. You guys go ahead.
Hold on. RC is definitely not shopping at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or Home Goods. He ain't going to any 3 of those places.
McCall, DeVries, what's your take on that hire?
Look, I'm with. He can coach. He won 20 games every single year at Drake. Every single year. Was it 5 years, 6 years, whatever it was? Last year at West Virginia, 19 wins, taking over a situation that was extremely difficult. Bob Huggins, everything that happened, the program was not in a good place. Not in a good place. His son doesn't play the whole season. We'll see if his son, gets this extra year of eligibility, which is most likely going to happen. But the guy can flat out coach. There's no question about that. How engaging is he going to be with the fan base? Like, that to me is what Indiana needs. It's like you have to be more flamboyant. You can't just be a coach that, you know what, I'm not going to get on X. I'm not going to do this. Like, I gotta show. I gotta get out there and be with the boosters, be with the donors, and do all that is more important nowadays than, you know what, I'm an X and O coach. This is what I can do. This is what I'm about. Either like it or not. I'm only going to meet with the top. No, you have to be flamboyant. It's a different day and age. You just have to do it. Will he be willing to do that? To me, is what's going to make or break his career at Indiana. I'm with RC in terms of the expectations. You know, like Tom Crean, heck of a coach, did a heck of a job there, ran him out of town. Archie Miller dealt with a pandemic, really good coach, was the best hire at that point in time coming out of Dayton. Nobody thought Archie Miller was going to fail at Indiana. Nobody did. You throw the pandemic in there, like that's a different dynamic to deal with. And then hiring Mike Woodson. How does he engage his fan base? To me, that's going to be the difference maker because the guy can absolutely coach, and I do think he's going to get players in talent.
The ghost of Kelvin Sampson is haunting Bloomington, Indiana right now.
Ooh, it's been
more than
RC. It is
more than people ever want to acknowledge.
It is
the ghost of firing
yes.
Kelvin Sampson is haunting you right now.
So obviously, you guys know I would love Indiana to be really good this year. You know, my daughter's there. It's her senior year. I'd like to get out and see her. I didn't get out for a game this past year. They weren't good enough. They got a ton of money, guys. A ton of money. The roster is basically set already. I'm going to read you where these guys all came from. Okay? Read you the list here. I'm not even going to tell you the names. I'm just going to read you where they came from, where they were last year. Troy, Sam Houston State, West Virginia, played 9 games. Davidson, North Florida, DePaul, Drexel, Elon, North Florida, and transfer, Sam Alexis from Florida. He came off the bench and played a little bit for the Gators. Scares me a little bit this year, I'm not going to lie. I mean, that doesn't sound like a team. And I know everybody's going to be like, well, look at Florida's 3 guards. They all came from the mid-major ranks. I get it. But you can do that with anything, right? You come out with a one-off of anything. Those 3 guards were spectacular. But I don't know if this team is going to be you got to get to the tournament with all this money. You got to get to the tournament because Mike Woodson was unable to do it. And, yes, Darren DeVries is I don't want to say a much better coach, but I think he's a better coach than Mike Woodson. I think he works harder. I think he's going to be around more. I don't think he's going to play golf as much. I think all of those things are going to be true. But you better win with this type of money that you have in Bloomington, Indiana this year. There's no excuse not to. And the big thing is going to be, do you have a dude and do you have a point guard? And as Matt said, do you have the personality to handle it if things don't go well in year one at Indiana? Are you going to be able to deal with, people coming at you because, Darren DeVries has never had that. At Drake the whole time, he won. He won for the most part. West Virginia last year is a one-year deal, but they won enough last year for the most part, especially early on in the season. They started off really well, and then he had the excuse of his son Tucker not being healthy. So I think that's certainly going to be one to watch as much as
Jeff,
probably.
I want to push back a little bit because you throw out all these players in their schools. Where did Janai Broome play?
Yeah, I get it.
But no, hold on. Chaz Lanier, North Florida. Yep. Like, you look at these really good Denver Jones, FIU. I'm just looking at the teams in the Final Four, and you throw out Florida, and you throw out, that backcourt of Walter Clayton at Iona, who's now played himself into a top 15 draft pick, most likely. Elijah Martin. We've talked that's the day and age. Now, here's the question, Jeff. Is his staff doing the job? Dalton Connect, right, at Tennessee, Northern Colorado. Is his staff doing a good job of evaluating the portal that fits him? That's the question.
It's going to be the key.
It goes back to the coaching staff. Yep. It goes back to the coaching staff.